Let's talk about Linux permissions. What are the three Linux permissions and what are they represented by? Well, the three Linux permissions are read, write, and execute. They can be represented as binary values. So the binary value for read is equivalent to 4, the binary value for write is equivalent to 2, and the binary value for execute is equivalent to 1. These binary values or file permissions are applied to your owners. So for instance, the owner or the user owner gets 3 permissions, the group owner gets 3 permissions, and the other owner gets 3 permissions. Unlike Windows, file permissions on a Linux system are not inheritable. So keep that in mind when you create a folder and set the permissions. The files inside of that folder do not automatically have the same permissions as the folder they are in. Just a little tip there. So let's describe what these permissions do. Obviously, the read permission allows you to read files and folders. The write permission allows you to write to those files and folders. And the execute permission actually lets you run scripts. So again, everything is a file on Linux that includes your applications. And for your applications to run, they need the execute permission enabled. So how do you change and manage file permissions on a Linux system? Well, that's quite easy, boys. We've used this command before. We use chmod or chmod. So how do we use the chmod command? First, let's list our files. So you can see we have file 3 that is owned by root and accounting. And that file has read, write, reread permissions. What if we want to make it so that accounting group has read, write permissions to this file? To do that, we will do chmod, chmod, and then we want to do 6 because read is 4 and write is 2. Then we want to do 6 because read is 4 and write is 2. And then we want to do 4, and then we want to do ./file3. And then when we do an ls-l, you'll see here that file is now readable and writable by the accounting group. And we know it's writable by the accounting group because it's in the second set of permissions, which is for our groups.